Hey, Dennis, you here. And the reason you're watching this video is that we want to improve your chances of getting a job with us. We're hiring like crazy because so fortunate to have so many clients and partners. But I want to tell you about some of the mistakes people make when they apply. So the first mistake is that they just straight up reach out to me or other folks on the team with zero preparation. So if you just send a canned message that says, "Dear Sir," and then it just has stuff that shows you clearly didn't put any time to research what our company does. You're not following us on social media. You haven't clearly seen the kinds of projects that we have, then you're going to look like the thousands of other people that are just blasting their resume out. So number one, make sure you put in a little bit of time, personalize your message, say something specific about what you've learned to show that you stand out. And that will put you ahead of 95% of the other candidates. Number two is grammatical errors and other kinds of mistakes. So we're looking at your ability to communicate. If you have errors in there and capitalization and punctuation, that's going to hurt your chances. Even if English is not your first language, that's totally okay. We have a lot of folks in the Philippines and Pakistan and Brazil and other places, but you have to show that you can communicate very clearly. Doesn't mean you have to be a writer or you have to be able to write books or things like that, but just avoid things that are sloppy or have grammatical mistakes. Number three is the follow-up. So when you want to know how you're doing, then you want to make sure you're paying close attention to the instructions. So the instructions for any particular job are going to be something like send a note to Juan, or make a 1-minute video and post it on LinkedIn, or send something with a subject line that has like squirrel in it. These are all ways where we are testing your ability to follow directions. So that's what knocks out most candidates, because they can't pay attention to detail. And so when we're working in a team, where it's not just you, but it's a team of us that are working together in different groups, it's absolutely critical that you can work closely with these other team members. If you come to me every single time, and that shows that you can't work in a team, right? It doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you, but if you can imagine, like the guy Jim who started Costco, if everyone went to the CEO of Costco across all the different stores of Costco, like they would just never get anything done because it would just be chaos. So you've got to learn to follow directions and know who to contact for who. So it could be other team members. It could be someone who's in a particular group. There's always some instructions, and you want to demonstrate that you can figure out who is the right person to contact, or be able to solve problems for yourself, or go through the training. Certainly reach out when it's a question that does deserve to where the clarification that you need. But remember that if you're applying, the team is evaluating your ability to follow directions. And then by the questions you ask, that tells us your comprehension and how well you understand. So if you can follow those three things, there's a good likelihood that you're going to be way ahead of everyone else who's applying for a particular position. Or maybe you want to be a project manager. Maybe you already have 20 years of experience running an agency and you want to work with us. That's great too. I can tell you, if it's working for me, first thing I'm going to do is see whether you've engaged with our content and whether you have the expertise, as opposed to wanting to get me on the phone right away where I have to explain what our company does. Like, I'm going to look you up before we meet, in the same way you should look me up and figure out how to make the best use of your time and the best use of my time. So I hope that helps you. Good luck. There's so much opportunity. I would love to find some way to be able to create 1,000,000 jobs, which is our mission. And so glad to have friends like John Jonas of onlinejobs.ph, our friends at Fiverr, Josh Nelson, who's got a bunch of 7-figure agencies in his group, so we're helping agencies scale. If you're an agency owner and you're listening to this, watching this just for fun, by the way, great. We would love to see you be able to hire more people. And the people that come through our program, it's not just for us, it's for all of us. So we want to create jobs together based on clear, fair instructions that anyone who can qualify, anyone who can get these things done, doesn't matter where on the planet, doesn't matter if they're a single mom, doesn't matter if they're broke. If you can get the job done, then we want to hire you. So I hope that is encouraging for you. And I hope that you can step ahead and be ahead of most of the people that make mistakes when they're applying for a job, whether it's with us or somebody else. So looking forward to seeing your progress. And if for some chance you don't hear from us or you're declined because maybe you're not ready, we can always try again. We believe that people can always improve, but best thing is don't make those mistakes in the first place. You want to, accelerate your learning and avoid the pain that comes from making the kinds of mistakes that we've seen over the last 20 plus years in hiring. So go check it out. And I can't wait to see your progress along the way, my friend.